How's it going? Making sure everything is working before I get started. That looks good. It's public. This looks like it's working. Back with another drink review stream. I like doing these. They're pretty fun. Trying out new drinks. See how they are. Got two different ones today. Whoops, let me click something here. There we go. So we've got V8 Energy, Honeycrisp, Apple Berry. This is a new one. Sadly, I saw on Amazon that this is currently not available, but you could always wish list it or something. And then this one, or find it locally, obviously. This is Bonsai Cherry Peach. So I'm a little bit of a weeb. This is Bonsai instead of Bonsai because Romaji is the pronunciation of Japanese. It's O. O is O, not like a because there's bonsai, which is what I use for some of my social media, like photography bonsai. But that's an A. In this case, it's bonsai, like the tree. This is like the bonsai tree. Anyways, got this and that. Let's start with this thing. I'm gonna do my little presentation. I'm doing a multi-stream live stream, but I probably won't respond until I'm done with the little presentation thing, and I'll check out the chats and see if anyone said anything. Anyways, let's take a look at this Bonsai Cherry Peach drink. 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters. This says made with real cherry juice. Perfectly sweet, sparkling water beverage. I like the branding. Looks pretty cool. And this is bonsai, like the tree. That's how you generally pronounce it. Okay, let's take a look at the nutrition facts. Contains 4% juice, 10 calories for the can, 70 milligrams of sodium. That's 3% of your daily value. 2 grams total carbohydrates, 2 grams of total sugars, 0 grams of protein, and 60 milligrams of potassium. And then for the ingredients, we've got carbonated water, cherry and blueberry juice concentrates, citric acid, sodium hexmetaphosphate preservative, pear juice concentrate, potassium sorbate preservative, aspartame, acephane potassium. So those two are sugar alternative, low-calorie sweeteners. Natural flavors, vegetable and fruit juice concentrates for color. And then it says phenylketonuria. Wow. I'll just show it on the screen. Contains these things that are related to the aspartame and potentially the other one, which some people would have to be concerned about for health reasons. And it looks like this company is in Frisco, Texas. Okay. Anyways, we'll take a look up close here. Perfectly sweet bonsai sparkling water beverage. 12 fluid ounce cherry peach. And then we've got our nutrition facts: 4% juice, 10 calories, 70 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of total sugars. And that's it. Has a little bit of potassium in there, 60 milligrams. And then we've got our, see if I can try to hold it steady here. Sorry. There's the ingredients: carbonated water, cherry and blueberry juice from concentrate, citric acid. There's that preservative, if you want to try to read that. Good luck. Hexmetaphosphate. And then we've got pear juice concentrate, potassium sorbate. other preservative. And these two things to take note of, the aspartame and acephane potassium, those are sugar alternatives, low calorie sweeteners. Do your research on those and see if that's stuff you want to drink a lot of. I'm okay with it. I do these drink reviews, it's always going to be part of that type of thing, but at least learn about it for yourself and understand what they are. And that's related to this term here. So I don't know if it's the aspartame or this other one, but yeah, it's got these things in it. Good luck pronouncing that. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for the ingredients. I'll open this up and try it out. There it is. It has natural coloring from fruit and vegetable juice, which is nice. You can see the carbonation clearly. Looks good. I'll do a smell test in a second here and see what it smells like. There we go. Does have a slight berry smell. The smell in general is not that strong. It has 4% juice in here. Yeah. I'm going to try it from the can first. There's a good amount of carbonation in there. All right. Again, this is the Bonsai Cherry Peach. Definitely good cherry flavor to it. It's relatively sweet tasting. I understand why they want to get the flavor profile, the sweetness that they do in here, because just generally in the United States, we're very big on sweet drinks. So this is sweet enough that it is encroaching on the territory of a soda pop. Yeah. At the very least, if you drink a lot of diet soda, I think this would be a nice alternative for you. If you're okay with diet drinks and you're okay with the aspartame and the acephane potassium and sucralose and all those sugar alternatives, I think at the very least, this has a little bit of fruit juice in it. I think it could be a nice alternative for you. Yeah. I like the flavor. I definitely noticed the cherry. I'm trying to think if I can tell that the peach is there or not. Does it have actual peach in it? I do notice the pear juice. Let's see. It has cherry and blueberry and pear juice. So I would assume the peach is some sort of added flavor that they put in. I guess you could kind of notice the pear juice and think that it tastes a little bit like peach, maybe. It does have a slight aftertaste of peach, maybe. But for me, at least, I notice the cherry. It isn't especially sour. It's very minimal with the sourness. So it's an unusual. I feel like that's probably why they've added the peach or like that peachness to it, is that it doesn't have a very strong tartness, like a cherry. Yeah. Overall, I think it's pretty pleasant tasting. Decent fruit flavor. The carbonation's nice. I could see drinking this from a glass with ice. Has enough flavor in it that should work just fine. Yeah, I really don't mind it. I just personally don't go out of my way to drink a ton of drinks with aspartame and the aspartame potassium, those sugar alternatives. But like I said, if you do drink a bunch of diet drinks, you're already drinking that stuff. So maybe something like this would be a nice, pleasant alternative. Get a little bit of fruit juice in there and something that tastes different and unique. Yeah, not too bad. So that was the Bonsai sparkling water beverage in the cherry peach. Drink some water. Now we got this one. All right. Next up, I don't see any comments. Yeah. Next up, we've got the VA Energy Honeycrisp Apple Berry. And this is a 11.5 fluid ounce, 341 milliliters. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. 50% juice, 70 calories, 65 milligrams of sodium, 17 grams total carbohydrates, 15 grams total sugars. This has potassium, vitamin C, niacin, B6, and B12 in here for the vitamins and minerals. And for the ingredients, we've got water, vegetable juice, which is a mix of sweet potatoes, purple carrots, and carrots. Fruit juice, which is water and concentrated juice of apples, cranberry. Natural flavoring, citric acid, malic acid, caffeine from black and green tea, vitamin C, ascorbic acid. This one has sucralose in it. That's a sugar alternative, low calorie sweetener. And then also the vitamins, and that's it. And this is made by the Campbell's Company in Camden, New Jersey. And then it has 150 milligrams of caffeine for the can. So it's similar to a brewed coffee, which they estimate at 138 milligrams, maybe for the same size, I would assume, that 11.5 fluid ounce. Let's do a close-up. VA Energy. And then it's the Honeycrisp Apple Berry. 11.5 fluid ounce. And we've got our nutrition facts, 50% juice, 70 calories. What is that? Hard to read from here. I like rehashing it because it's a live stream. Anyways, 65 milligrams of sodium, 17 grams total carbohydrates, 15 grams total sugars. And then we've got our vitamins and minerals, potassium, vitamin C, niacin, B6, and B12. And we've got our ingredients, water, vegetable juice, which is a mix of sweet potatoes and purple carrots and carrots. And fruit juice, which is concentrated juices and water from apples and cranberry. Natural flavoring, citric acid, malic acid. Those are going to provide some sourness, maybe some tartness. And then sometimes they're also used for keeping it shelf stable, but it depends. And then we've got our caffeine. Thing to take note of here is the sucralose. This is a low calorie or 0 calorie sugar alternative sweetener. So do your research on that and understand what you're drinking. and then the different vitamins. Here's some marketing information. 150 milligrams of caffeine. So it says non-GMO, no sugar added, gluten-free. All right. Let's pop this open. Try it out. There it is. This does not look to be carbonated. Yeah, just a natural color from, let's see. I don't think it says. Anyways, it's got fruit and vegetable juice, so that's probably where the color is coming from. Yeah. There we go. Let's do a smell test. Doesn't have a strong smell, but it is obviously, it smells like fruit, which is nice. Try this out. Again, this is the VA Energy Honeycrisp Apple Berry. Yeah, I do taste some apple going on. There is the malic acid, which is often used with apple drinks and such to help it taste like apple. There's a fair amount of tartness to it, which I think works well with this combination of flavor. I do notice the cranberry. I think it's, let's see, it has cranberry and apple for the juice, and then sweet potato and purple carrot and carrot. Yeah. It's kind of a thick, the liquid seems a little bit thick. Does that make sense? Hmm. I feel like I noticed the carrot flavor slightly. I think it tastes pretty nice. Pretty much tastes like juice. No surprise. I feel like they really don't need the sucralose in here. I think it would be totally fine without that extra sweet flavor. But I personally prefer drinks that are not very sweet. So just a personal preference thing. But to me, it tastes to the degree of a fruit juice. Yeah. The apple is definitely noticeable. I think to a degree, the cranberry is noticeable. And then I get some of that carrot flavor. But I think it tastes nice. It's pretty pleasant. You get some caffeine in there. Yeah. So besides the sucralose, which I'm not especially thrilled about, I think it's a pretty nice drink. You get that pretty decent amount of caffeine, which isn't crazy. 150 milligrams is a reasonable amount for a drink like this. Yeah. Not bad at all. I think it's pretty nice. And that's the VA Energy Honeycrisp Apple Berry. All right. So in case anyone has any questions, otherwise, that's it for today with the little drink review stream. I enjoy doing these. I go by Scotty Joe Food Reviews on this type of stuff, but I also do camera equipment reviews and technology reviews. I recently made a video about a mechanical keyboard. But yeah. Anyways, if you want to follow the Amazon stream, that would be super helpful because I stream on there like this type of stuff pretty often. Yeah. All right. See ya. I'll sign out of the YouTube one as well.